Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be just a very brief introduction to the main video, which is something that I shot on Easter Saturday when our family went to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And before I show you this video, I just wanted to give you just a quick overview of the rig that I brought, whether I thought it was any good and whether it's appropriate for vlogging in general. So in my last couple of videos I reviewed the EOS R, which is a Canon full-frame mirrorless camera. And in the last video I unboxed the Canon EFS 10 to 18mm 4.5 to 5.6 image stabilized lens. This I coupled with an external Rode microphone which I put on top of the hot shoe, and I basically handheld this rig using the Joby GorillaPod for the entire duration of the day. When I could, I mounted it like on a pole or a fence or something like that, but on the majority of the time I just handheld it. And I just wanted to speak to you about what I thought about this lens camera combo and whether it's something that's practical and useful and good for vlogging purposes. In general, I found that the video, let me start by saying that I didn't do any stills, so I didn't take any photos. I used this setup exclusively for video on the day, and what I actually found was that the quality of the 4K video, including the 1.7 times crop, was fine. The major issue I found was not so much the video quality, it was the lack of, I don't know how to say it. The lens has built-in stabilization. The body does not have IBIS, and whilst this works really well in general in still photography, it doesn't work very well for video. What I mean by that is, when I had the camera sat on a fence or something like that, the images was perfect and it was perfectly usable. But when you're walking around holding the camera and as you are moving you're shooting video, that's when there were massive problems. Now, I am not by any means a highly experienced video maker. It's something that I've only become interested in the last couple of months. I'm mainly a stills photographer, a wedding portrait photographer. So this is all pretty new to me, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. And what I found was, when I was holding the camera like this and I'm vlogging with it as I walk, the image was usually quite okay and quite usable, purely because most of the focus was on my face and there wasn't a lot of issues with the background. But when I turned the camera around, so basically shooting like you would normally do with a camera, with the lens pointing away from you, pointing forward, and just taking pictures of the surroundings, you know, what was happening at the Easter show, a lot of that footage was not really usable when I was hand holding it. The reason for that is it's really difficult to keep the camera still when you're walking. To be honest, the lens built-in image stabilization and the lack of IBIS in the body of the EOS R makes it very difficult to vlog as you're walking, because the image isn't smooth. There's a lot of shaking, there's a lot of movement. I tried to hold the camera as steadily as possible, but as you walk you're naturally going to bounce up and down a little bit, your arms are going to move, your body's going to move, and the lens image stabilization just was not able to keep up with that. Now, a lot of you guys who shoot video for a living are going to tell me, yeah, well, we knew that and there's no way you can normally do that and you normally use some sort of gimbal. I know, but what I was trying to do with this video was just to see whether you could get any usable image without spending $1,000 on the rig that kind of brought attention to yourself. So mounting this camera on a gimbal is going to attract a lot more attention, and it's going to make you look very professional, and this could be an issue in some places like the Easter show, because it's clearly stated on the website that any likelihood of commercial photography or videography is prohibited. So if you're walking around with a camera on a gimbal, you may be in trouble for that. And when you compare the video quality that I got out of this camera combination whilst walking and vlogging compared to what I got or what I can get out of my DJI Osmo Pocket, there is a significant difference in usability. And the DJI Osmo Pocket, because it is like so small and it has a built-in gimbal, the images as you move are very smooth and definitely usable. With this camera, not so much. In fact, when you're holding it like this and pointing away, as you're walking, you can see that just a little bit of movement really rocks the screen up and down. And I found that 75% of the video that I took whilst walking was not something that I'd be happy to use in any capacity. I wouldn't put it on a YouTube video, and if this was something, for example, like a wedding or something, I certainly wouldn't be able to use that image because it's jumpy. The last thing you want to do when you shoot video is make the viewer feel like they're getting vertigo, throw up when watching your video. So that's my findings. As I said, the video quality when the camera is stabilized on a fence or a pole or something is awesome, and that's not an issue at all, and this is a great lens for that. But I think that if you're going to be doing vlogging where your camera is pointed away from you, that is going to be an issue. Yes, you can walk really slow and you can be very delicate with it, but I think when you're doing a whole day thing, you're likely to get tired as well. There's going to be crowds, and if you walk anywhere faster than this, a snail's pace, you're going to have issues with stabilizing the image, and this combination is just not going to cut it. So what would I do in its place? I think in the future what I would do is, if I had both, I would probably shoot any moving footage using the DJI Osmo Pocket and do the rest with this camera setup, because that's where I'm going to get the most usability. In this video that's coming up, I'm going to show you what some of the images look like. We had a great day, and just hope you enjoy the video. Hopefully you get some value out of what I've got to say, because this is all kind of learning for me, and whilst I'm learning, if I'm able to help any of you guys work out what is the best system for you and what techniques are going to be important when you do your videos, then I'm really happy about that. So sit back and enjoy the video of our Royal Easter Show 2019. So we're at the Easter Show and we already have to go to the toilet. We've been here for 20 seconds.
Yep.
And we'll see what's going on. Look at the crowd.
Like everyone else coming.
And it's only at the entrance.
What do you want to see today?
The Jurassic World, the rides, and I don't know what else.
Okay.
The food.
Your map's upside down. Where's the train station?
Train station
At the bottom.
at the bottom. So we would most likely be like there or there.
Okay.
We'll be there.
Try touching the fence, see if you get electrocuted.
Yeah! No.
So each one is stem, okay?
Yeah, okay, fantastic guys. We're going to the shiniest jokes on the block after this, hey?
So you can take
That's awesome. Now guys, before we go on to the fun part of the show, let me say a proud with you. Look at this. Proudly celebrating 100 years of quality time. It's taken 100 perfect.
spinning mohair from goats. Feel it?
What's the difference between the two?
So I brushed that with these carders.
Okay.
Yes, so it's called carding and it's carding.
Okay. So you spin that as well?
Yeah, well, it starts off like this.
Okay.
Except these are, I think these are just ends. But I wash it with shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
Cheap. Put the expensive stuff on. And then I brush it up, which is called carding, with a carder, so I card it. And then I spin it. That's called a single.
Yep.
I get 2 singles, so 2 bobbins.
Yep.
And I ply them together. I twist them in the opposite direction, just like making a cord.
Yep.
And I put it on the wheel and I make a 2-ply yarn.
Okay.
Sometimes I keep 1 ply, it just depends. And then I often weave it. Which you can knit it, but I've got a blanket at the moment I'm making that I'm weaving.
Weaving,
yes,
okay.
And I've dyed it as well.
That is curly apples. Oh, they're all gonna spin. Cheddar to curly apples. Curly apples. I could do this at home.
Is that right, T?
T8.
T.
T, t, t.
She doesn't know how to write.
What's that? What's that?
T.
So this is the best part of the show so far. Get to pet the animals.
One who got shoes here. I know.
In our rowing class, first place to this well in the rowing class.
Sneaky pat.
Yummy?
Yes.
Yum. This is Motley. He's our soil profile. Here's my guy. There we go. You see different layers.
buddy. Step up into the office. Here we go on the next year, my love.
Thank you. This is Mummy's favorite part.
I love this bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the different areas of Australia and what they grow in the area.
Maybe I should actually show them instead of us.
Yeah, it should be.
And it's pretty amazing stuff. Do you realise that the crocodile, an organised crocodile industry in the Northern Territory is the most successful meat leather conservation industry of all in the whole world? Pretty rare win. But anyway,
Let's go get
I was thinking I could, for those that want to stick around, I can let you have a little pat of the crop. Who wants to pat the crop?
Blue tongue lizard, that's exactly right. But he doesn't look like the normal ones you see, does he? No, he's actually a different species. So the brown ones that you've seen around, they're called eastern blue tongues. And this guy's a blotch blue tongue.
How's that? Oh, he's going to whack you with his tail. Oh, he got you. Whoa. He's telling me he's had enough. High five.
He's got up into the top of the tree from here, New South Wales, Yellow Ridge. Next to that we've got Nat Hodges from California. Nat this morning, make sure from down on tree number 9. Now all of those fellas as they start to make their way to the back of the tree, we've got Tasmania and a big shot Mitchell Scribner. Their difference in age, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little bit as we watch number 6. He's trying to close the gap. Will number 1 be able to catch him? They have a good start as we start to look at USA as well. USA is from California. We've got Nate Hodges. See how we go for the top on number 8 with 5. We've got Nate Hodges from California. Going to be who's next? Number 4. Let's see now. What's going on? We'll get some official placings. That was a good opportunity for you to have a look at Victoria, Tasmania, USA, Queensland, New South Wales. They all came together there. We'll make some placings official.
Please work the way with on this one. Come on. I like it this way, guys. Hey, what about you guys? You want to try your
Just get yours up.
never seen him before.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Oh, hold on.
together, guys. What's Mummy getting?
Nothing.
Hey guys, wanna play? A full bucket, come on. Only $10. Yeah?
Okay.
Do you want Big Bird now?
Take care, Fala. Oh,
Can I still have a lump?
No.
thanks, you
I
too.
got both ways.
So 7 hours and $150 later, we're going home. Did you have
What are
fun?
we going home with? Show us.
With Heffalump, Big Bird, with Fizz, and Snake.
Grouch.
Grouch. Snake.
I got Mushroom.
Okay, so that's the end of our day at the Easter show. It's been very, very tiring, but it's been okay. Probably won't go back again for another 5 years or so. Okay, so what did you think of the Easter show?
I don't know. Fun. Watching TV. Lots of sugar. Lots of toys. Lots of animals. Lots of sheep. Lots of animals and dinosaurs.
Was it worth going?
Yes. The blue dinosaurs. Just go for the show bags, the food, and the rides. And they have the snake toys. That's it.
Did you think it was worth it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Mommy, I got Rachi.
Would you go again next year?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
You can pay for it next year.
Yes. Rachi and the snake.
Mummy came with nothing.
And you're left with nothing. That's okay. So that's a unanimous vote of definitely maybe next year.
Maybe.
Let me get them in the camera. You don't want to be
And as usual, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to our channel.
Or thumbs down. One. They have.